Welcome to Losberger. Please give us your full attention during this health and safety induction video. Losberger are committed to protecting the health and safety of all people working at or visiting our site. We plan, manage, conduct and supervise all our work in compliance with legislation and best practice. We want to ensure that all workers have a clear understanding of their responsibilities along with that of the company. Site inductions are essential. All sites are different. This site induction is specific to Losberger. It will provide you with information on current hazards of the site and tell you about the site rules. Emergency evacuation and fire. Alarms are tested every Friday. Exit routes and fire points are clearly signed. Never block an exit route. Refer to the site plan provided for assembly points. Skills evidence. At your interview, you'd have been asked to provide evidence of your skills and licences. If you've not provided these, please let us know why. Management and contacts. Your warehouse supervisor, Andre Gonbos. Workshop supervisor, Luke Edwards. Training and human resources, Helena Finney. Health and safety officer, Luke Edwards. First aiders and fire marshals, Andre and Luke. All contractors and visitors to report to them. Who's on site? Please ensure you sign in out of the warehouse daily. If you don't, we will not know you're here for emergency purposes. Failure to comply may result in disciplinary action. Welfare at this site. During your induction, you will be shown where to find welfare facilities. All staff have a responsibility to look after these facilities. Leave toilets and kitchen areas as you would wish to find them. A clean warehouse is a safe warehouse. Prevent slips, trips and falls by removing waste materials such as cardboard and wood that can fuel fires. A high number of accidents occur on site due to tripping over rubbish and waste. Failing to ensure a tidy workplace is unsafe. Waste disposal. All waste should be disposed of in the correct bins. Under no circumstance should liquid waste such as paints or solvents be allowed to soak into the ground or be poured down drains. Food and hygiene. Always wash hands before eating. Store food properly in the kitchen area. Wash all equipment and surfaces before and after use. Keep microwaves and fridges clean. Dispose of leftovers. Signage. Pay attention to the various signs around this site. Always comply with safety signage and precautions required. Read labels on containers before using substances. Speak to a supervisor if you're unsure. Drugs and alcohol. We operate a zero-tolerance approach to drugs and alcohol. Any person reporting for duty under the influence will be removed from site. Please refer to our drugs and alcohol policy. Music, phones and tablets. Your full attention is required at all times. Music, phones and earphones are a distraction that could lead to the injury of yourself or others. Such devices must remain in the staff welfare area and only checked when on breaks. Acting irresponsibly. Fooling around will not be tolerated. It could lead to instant dismissal and the incident being reported to the authorities. Respect the safety of yourself and others around you. Your actions, however innocent the intention, could cause someone to be seriously hurt. Personal protection equipment, PPE. Protective footwear and high visibility jackets must be worn at all times, including visitors. Not wearing or misusing PPE could lead to disciplinary action. Look after your PPE, report defects to your supervisor. Task-specific protection equipment, such as ear defenders, will be provided when applicable. Plant and equipment. You are required to work safely and use plant and equipment correctly. This is your responsibility. You will only be allowed to use plant and equipment if trained and authorised to do so. Working at height. On occasions, you will be required to use ladders and step ladders. Trained personnel may be required to use access plants such as cherry pickers and scissor lifts. Always check equipment before use and report any damage or defects. Ladders and step ladders should only be used when there is no reasonably practical alternative and it is safe to do so. Always use the safest access equipment for the job and not the most convenient. Please refer to our full ladder policy. Manual handling. A number of mechanical aids are available. These should be used wherever practical. Do not attempt to lift anything that is too big or too heavy. Always use the correct lifting method. Refer to our manual handling policy. Fork trucks and plant. Only trained, certified and authorised personnel will be permitted to operate plant, unless under supervision whilst undergoing training. All operators will be required to produce evidence of their training. Vehicles and driving. A traffic management plan is displayed in the office. Avoid reversing on site or use a trained banksman and ensure that loads are properly secured. Only park in designated areas. Be aware of vehicles on site, including trucks delivering and collecting. Stick to pedestrian routes where possible. Storage racks. Some Lossberger equipment is stored on custom steel racks. Take extra care when storing items at height. Pay close attention to maximum weight limits clearly marked on each rack. Never exceed the stated limit. If in doubt, speak to your supervisor. Accident reporting. Please report any on-site accidents, near misses or dangerous occurrences to your supervisor and first aider, for your benefit as well as others. It is also the law. For any accident, you will need to make an entry into the accident book. If you require time off work due to injury, you must inform your supervisor. Failure to do so may result in disciplinary action and could affect your right to make a claim. Please take time to read the documents given to you. Take as long as you need. Feel free to ask any questions you may have before you sign your induction form and complete your induction tour. Thank you for your time and cooperation. Lossberger has achieved a gold status in their health and safety. We hope you will help us to maintain this level of achievement. You will now be shown a quick video on manual handling and CDM regulations.
By following simple, safer manual handling techniques, you should be able to lift most loads within the workplace. You should ensure you are fit enough to complete activities where the loads are heavy. If you feel uncomfortable while lifting or handling a load, you should stop immediately. You should use a mechanical aid, seek assistance, or speak to your employer.
Back movement within our comfortable range of movement shouldn't be a problem for us. However, when we're handling loads, and particularly heavy loads, we should try and maintain our back in a good posture. Forward bending and twisting when handling loads are most likely to cause a problem. Backward bending when handling loads above shoulder height can also be a problem. The muscles that are best designed to lift or push and pull loads are the muscles on the front of your thigh, your quadriceps muscles. These are a very strong muscle group, ideally suited for manual handling activities.
There are 8 principles of safer manual handling. 1. Think before you lift. Complete an initial assessment using tile to ensure you are capable of handling the load safely. 2. Adopt a stable base. Position your feet apart. Adopt an astride stance for lifting and a walk stance for pushing and pulling movements. 3. Get a good grip. Ensure you have a firm grip with the palm of your hand. Use handles where available and keep your elbows tucked in. 4. Keep the load close to your waist. This will ensure you are stable because the load is close to your center of gravity. 5. Bend your knees. This allows you to use your leg muscles to power the lift. 6. Adopt good back posture. Maintain the normal curves in your back and face forwards. 7. Move your feet. Do not bend and twist your back when lifting loads. Move your feet to turn with the load. 8. Move smoothly with your head up. Smooth movements will allow the soft tissues to adapt to movements, and holding your head in the upright position will put your spine in a good posture. We are now going to look at a technique for lifting and carrying loads and for pushing and pulling loads. Lifting a load can strain your back and knees if carried out incorrectly. Safer lifting techniques involve keeping the load close to your body and near your center of gravity. Let's have a look at a technique for lifting a load. Assess the load. Set your feet apart for balance. Get close to the load. Get a firm grip. Bend your knees. Keep your back upright. Lift with your legs. Following these steps when lifting a load will help you move loads more safely and comfortably.
The Construction, Design and Management Regulations 2015, or CDM Regs, came into force on the 6th of April 2015. They're the main regulations for managing the health, safety and welfare on all construction projects and define responsibilities according to particular roles. The main roles are client, designers, contractors. And where there's more than one contractor, there are additional roles of principal designer and principal contractor. On large projects, the client is responsible for making sure the principal designer and principal contractor carry out their duties. The principal designer ensures that health and safety is considered during the planning phase of a project, including identifying, eliminating or minimizing foreseeable health and safety risks. On small domestic projects, including home improvements, the client's responsibilities are normally transferred to the contractor, without the client really needing to know much about it. Construction phase plans. Under the new regulations, all construction work must have a construction phase plan drawn up before work starts. The plan should reflect the project's size and nature of risk, so simple jobs only need a simple plan. All contractors must ensure their workers have the right skills, knowledge, training and experience to do their job and provide appropriate levels of information, instruction and supervision. If you are the principal contractors, you must also provide a site induction for all workers, secure the site and provide welfare facilities from the start of the job.